We are here today to show our love and support for the family of Nariyoshi Kazuke Miyagi. Well, his current, precious family. Not only have we sensed our own personal feelings of loss over Mr. Miyagi's passing, but our hearts have been drawn toward them, and will continue to be with them. Would anyone like to share a final word? I would. Thank you, Dave. The years I spent with Mr. Miyagi in my life were filled with excitement and adventure. He showed up for life in the biggest way possible. From the moment where he fixed that stupid bicycle, I knew we would be great friends. He spent many years, not just as my sensei, but my mentor in life. Ever since he had lost his son, he considered his helping of me in life the closest thing he ever got to raising a kid. But not only has he made a difference in my life, but the lives of hundreds of men, women, and children over the years, and his kindness and positivity will leave an unwavering legacy in this community.
Hey Dad, we're here to help you recover.
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi may not be here, but you still got us.
Hello? Is this a delivery?
No, Mom. I take it you are Julie Pierce, Mr. Miyagi's female pupil?
Yes. It's just, how do you know who I am, and who I associate with?
Do you perhaps know of Daniel LaRusso?
Okay, so who do we have first?
Meet our top male student Young Soo-hyun. He is in charge of our tree climbing exercises here at the Stajang. He has managed to climb up the tallest tree around here with his right arm tied behind his back.
That doesn't sound bad at all. But can he fight?
Show him what I taught you.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But do you also plan on showing me any of the sensei?
Right this way.
Sean, I'm serious.
I know you're serious, man. What I don't know is if I should take you seriously. You're asking me to pull my little bro out of a karate school that's been keeping him safe for about a while.
Trust me, it's not as safe of a place for him. Cobra Kai is a place that teaches students not to show others around them mercy, if they don't get things their way.
Yeah, well, karate or no karate, it's a tough world out there, and I needed to knock some sense into that thin, white head of yours when you were behind bars with me.
Look, do you want your little bro to go to jail or not?
Are you threatening me?
No, I'm precautioning you.
Mr. Payne, if you don't want a week's extension on your sentence, I advise you get back to your seat, and remain there until I tell you to leave.
Yes, ma'am.
From the sound of it, it's pretty clear you care for the well-being of your brother. Because he's using the no mercy technique. The one that put me under arrest. But I don't want him to end up behind bars, no more than you do. And yeah, I get it. Cobra Kai might sound badass, but it's a bad influence, and one of the owners got exposed for rigging the tournament earlier. You gotta help me.
What do you want me to do, knock some heads?
I want you to join Miyagi-Do. If you do, your brother clearly is going to join you, and leave Cobra Kai.
You want me to take karate?
I'm not saying that, I just want you to show Cobra Kai that you're on our side.
I'm not sure. As you know, Kenny told me of his little feud with you, and he'd be heartbroken if I join your side.
Look, all he just wants is for you to be released. That's it.
And what happens when I get out?
You catch up with how Kenny is doing, and then you tell him he should quit Cobra Kai. Hey Sensei, may I talk to you?
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to suggest to you some of the changes we can make to Cobra Kai.
Miguel, I think we should just leave things the way they are.
I mean,
Chris was kind enough to entrust me with Cobra Kai while he's on a trip to Southern Korea.
wait, don't you want to hear what I have to say? I mean, didn't we agree?
Miguel, I gotta admit I was tempted to hear your thoughts on how to change Cobra Kai's philosophies. But we both saw Chris brutally strike Cruz before kicking him out of the dojo. Who knows what he could do if he finds out that I disobeyed him?
Yeah, but don't you care about why you're a sensei? I mean, Sensei Lawrence taught me karate because he wanted to make a difference for kids in the valley.
Miguel, I'm not Sensei Lawrence.
Then why are you in Cobra Kai?
To tell you the truth, it was because Silver took my money. He blackmailed me, told me to sell all of my fight clubs, and then provided the money for Cobra Kai before he got exposed.
And now you've gone broke. I see.
But I also care about you, Miguel.
I thought you rejoined Cobra Kai because you saw the best in it. I can't believe I left Eagle Fang, all because I still thought there was still honor in this place.
Yeah, well, there is honor.
Let me guess. That's only if you win. I can't believe I allowed myself to trust you.
Miguel, you still can.
And how? By trusting Chris? You know what? I'm done. I quit.
Miguel, you can't quit on me, man.
I don't know if that's you talking, or Cobra Kai. But I quit. By tomorrow, I'll be fully packed, and out of the apartment.
And where do you think you can go?
Home. To my mom.
So, Miss Pierce, apparently, Daniel-san just learned recently that he wasn't the only student of Mr. Miyagi.
Actually, I've known that for a bit of a while.
May I ask why you didn't tell him? You could have called or texted him.
To be honest, it's because I lacked the courage. When I met Mr. Miyagi, I wasn't at all warm to him. I was scared of the great pain of losing someone when getting to know them. He had just moved in to take care of me when my grandmother left the house, and eventually, after a bit of a while, I opened myself up to him. But sadly, things took a turn. I got married to my high school sweetheart, but we split up. By then, I heard about Mr. Miyagi's passing. I wanted to meet Daniel, to get to know him. However, I found out that my sensei had spent most of his time close to where Daniel lived, and I just felt like he considered him family more than me. And then, I saw his wife and 2 kids, and knew it wasn't really my place to comfort him. I mean, he had no idea he wasn't the only student of Mr. Miyagi.
Do you know why Mr. Miyagi didn't tell him? He also taught you Miyagi-Do karate?
He already told me about Daniel. I mean, he couldn't hide it. Daniel LaRusso was pretty damn famous, if you ask me. But Mr. Miyagi said it was my decision, if I wanted him to break the news or not. I was a bit impatient back then. I told him that once I saved my marriage with Eric, I would then tell him. But I failed to do so, and then I hesitated before Mr. Miyagi passed away.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I also happened to have lost my karate sensei, Sato. He was also my uncle, and best friends with Mr. Miyagi. As Daniel would have said it, we both qualify to be karate cousins. Speaking in which, Daniel knows about you, since I told him, and he's probably raising a lot of questions about his sensei at home. I think you should come with me and talk to him.
I mean, why the hell would Mr. Miyagi not tell me he had another student? I mean, unless he really cared about me, he wouldn't hide anything important I needed. Such as those scrolls.
Well, hopefully there is a reason.
What if this student could be someone who's currently on the wrong path? Like Johnny, Bobby, Chozen, and Mike have been?
Well, we'll just have to wait until Chozen comes back from San Francisco.
I feel like a complete idiot for not knowing this. What am I going to tell the kids?
How do you think they were going to react?
I don't know. I guess they'll be surprised. In a good way.
All right.
Now if you excuse me, I've got to head on over to the dojo.
As always, my sensei. Speaking in which, is it all right if I perhaps competed?
In the national tournament? You only have had a couple months of training.
Sheila told me about your agenda. You're in need of a maximum of 10 adult competitors in the Winter Karate League.
Okay. If you want to, you can cut off work early, and we could increase our training.
Sure. Hello, Johnny.
Hey, Shannon. Is there anything you need?
No, I'm just here to drop off a couple of Robby's toiletries. I'm impressed.
In what?
The fact that you two have gotten closer.
It took some time, but thanks.
Also, good job on freshening up the place. It looks nice.
Well, you never know who you are going to welcome these days.
Like a new baby. Johnny, you did the exact same thing when you got me pregnant. So who's the lucky girl, Carmen?
It's a bit of a long story. But yeah. I mean, I broke up with her, but then asked for a second chance. And now we are dating again.
Good to hear.
You know, Shannon, I want to properly apologize to you. I mean, it was nice dating you, but I was so upset over my mom's death, I failed to appreciate that I had you, as well as Robby. I'm sorry I hurt you both.
Johnny, it's okay. I forgive you. And besides, that hurt you felt was because you at least cared for someone. In this case, your mom.
Miguel, can we talk? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. You were using me this whole time. Miguel, I'll do it. I'll listen to you. I'll open up, and help you change Cobra Kai's philosophy. Why? What caused you to change your mind overnight? Look, Miguel. It's not about what happened overnight, but since I met you. You have been the closest person I have considered a son, ever since I helped mentor your father, so screw it. If I had to pick between you and Chris, I'd pick you. Just please don't leave. Are you sure about this, Mike? I mean, I am mad at you for tricking me into leaving dojos, but you were right about Chris being dangerous. Like the bastard isn't mad at everyone already. I mean, what's the point in dedicating your life to someone who's cold to you in return? You know what, I'll think about it. You know, Miguel, screw school. Let's play a little hooky today.
Well, if it isn't my old acquaintances Snake and Dennis.
Master Chris. What brings you here?
I am merely accompanying Kim Dayoon, as she has business to attend to with several of our fighters. After all, we're in the national tournament to win it.
Wait, you are?
Wait a minute. Hold the gun. What tournament? And is it with Dayoon's dojo? We'll be entering America's biggest karate tournament. Under Cobra Kai, of course. Wait a second. Hey, that's that dojo with those shitty advertisements Silver made us wear. Listen, if you have any beef with Sensei Silver, as I have, he's gone now, but you two still have a shot to redeem yourselves.
And whom do we need to redeem ourselves to? You, or Terry?
To life itself. Mr. LaRusso, he's also in this tournament, fighting under the name of Mr. Miyagi.
And I take it the best way to redeem ourselves is by defeating LaRusso?
It's a little more than that. He wants to destroy the culture. The culture you, me, Barnes, Dayoon, and everyone else has been affiliated with our whole lives. But if we win the Winter Karate League, all of the devotion we have given, not just to Cobra Kai, but Kim Sun Young's teachings, will actually have paid off. But if we don't, the sacrifices we have all made will be for nothing.
So do you want our help?
That's not the right question, young man. What you should be questioning is if this is your fight or not. And I expect to hear either a yes or no.
It's great to have you back, Sean.
Same with you, little bro.
Mom said I could take the day off from school to see you. But that doesn't mean I need to take a day off from my karate training.
Yeah, that dojo. I'm not so sure about that.
Look, I get it. Cobra Kai has had its past few problems with Sensei Silver, but he's gone. And those guys who got you to commit those crimes, Cruz and Trey, they're gone now, too.
What happened to those guys?
I had to challenge both of them to a match in front of our sensei, so they could leave.
Shit. I take it you bet your dojo position for them to leave. Why?
Sean, why are you friends with them anyway?
Well, they related to me. I mean, we were all struggling for money, and I wanted to help my family.
Yeah, well that's your problem. You steal for Mom and me, and they steal for themselves. And they clearly were using you, and everyone else they've worked with. And you didn't even rat them out, when in custody. One of their friends would have hurt me, before you stepped in. But I doubt you would have done the same thing, if it were Cruz or Trey.
Kenny, I would do anything for you. And you know it. I mean, screw all those guys.
Then can you do one thing for me, and not get into any more trouble? The past year has been a living hell for me, and I really need my brother to always support me.
Alright, Amanda, show me paint the fence. Now show me sand the floor. Good work. Amanda? I thought I told you Miyagi-Do karate doesn't involve distractions from the outside world.
Actually, it's your phone that's ringing.
Oh, it's Louis.
Wonder what trouble he got into this time.
Hey, cuz. Louis, what did you do this time? I got donuts. Nothing wrong with that. And where are you and Amanda? We're out in the wilderness doing karate. Okay, spare me from the details, cuz. Best to keep things PG. Anyways, I just wanted to share to you that while I was in Smitty's diner, I saw your daughter's ex-boyfriend. He was talking with a guy with Johnny-like vibes. Why are you telling me this? Well, don't you want a shot at getting him back to your dojo, since the bad guys took him? I mean, now's your chance. Louis, I'm in the middle of something. And for the record, we actually are doing karate training. Everything is PG around here. Well, cuz, didn't you say life was short? I mean, why else didn't you choose to open Naruto Auto? Anyways, I feel real shitty about hanging up on you, Daniel, but I never really got my donut, and I don't want the lobby to run out of them, so bye. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Louis makes a point.
Since when has he made a point about anything?
Life is short, Amanda. Louis just told me where Miguel is, and I gotta talk to him. Sorry, but I gotta get going.
What am I supposed to do?
Practice everything I taught you, before I come back.
So, Sensei L, you ready for some ass-kicking in the dojang?
It's Sensei, Porter. Unless you want me to start calling you Chubbs, again?
No, Porter is fine for old Stingray's nickname.
Yo, Mr. Brown, today, are we gonna kick some booty or what? Yeah, we've got a ton of people on our revenge list, who deserve a little karate in return for crossing us. Wow. Okay, Miyagi-Do karate works way differently than that, you guys. Bobby, we're here.
Sensei. Those were the guys that I told you about. You know, who were with Kreese and all.
Dude, don't worry, we're on your side now. Yeah, man. And besides, Kreese kicked us out of Cobra Kai, so chillax. Okay, you three. Since today will be us, and not the kids, I managed to convince the local food bank to let us repaint the building for them. Are you serious? There's no way in hell these guys and I are doing that shit. It's illegal free labor. Call it what you like, but you guys still owe Daniel, so he can have his lawyers defend your asses. And guys, it's more than just chores. It's a way to learn one of the most advanced techniques of karate.
It wouldn't hurt to try some of Sensei LaRusso's magic out. Count me in, Sensei Brown.
Okay, so the most important lesson in karate is to be merciful. The reason why is because there isn't a line between mercy and honor.
What about the incident with Keen?
Forget about him. It's the other students we should be concerned about. I mean, none of them are like Keen.
What else do you propose?
Okay. So do you know how Mr. Miyagi's moves were taken for granted by Cobra Kai?
Yes.
I think the students deserve the proper steps. The words of wisdom to actually embrace Miyagi-Do karate.
I hear you. We'll experiment on them with these moves. I mean, it's not like it's going to matter in the end.
Wait. Why do you say that? Miguel. Mr. LaRusso? What are you doing here? I want to talk to you, now.
Hey, why don't you do us a favor, and leave the kid alone, man?
Mike, it's fine.
Fine. But if you need me, I'll be here to kick his ass.
So Miguel, I take it you and Mike are suddenly a new duo? Mr. LaRusso, if you're asking me to return to your dojo, I'm not. I've moved on. Can you at least tell me what happened? Why you would choose to go to Cobra Kai after everything I taught you? It's not you, Mr. LaRusso. It's Robby, I bet. Listen, don't allow your emotions to cloud my judgment. I know, Mr. LaRusso. But you also said that sentiment is strength. It is. Then why don't I feel it when I'm at Miyagi-Do? Everyone starts forgiving Robby and forgetting about me. He got my father arrested. And now Johnny is hanging out with him more than he is with me. At least Mike is someone who cares about me. Miguel, just because he does care about you, doesn't mean you should join Cobra Kai. Yeah, well, what if Cobra Kai could change? You know, you're starting to sound like Johnny. And it's pretty clear he's no longer involved with reforming Cobra Kai. Maybe that's because he's ashamed of that part of him. And you're also ashamed, because Silver humiliated you back then. But will you just for once stop blaming the dojo and start blaming the sensei? Anyways, Sensei Barnes and I are working together to revise Kreese's philosophy. Yeah, well, what about Kreese? What about him? He and Sensei Dion are on a trip. Can you just trust me? Alright, Miguel. But please, just don't forget the morality lessons I taught you. I am always as much of a sensei to you as Johnny and Mike. And if you need me or Johnny, we'll be there. I'm going to head back inside. Alright. Mike, was there something you were going to say to me? You know, before Mr. LaRusso arrived.
Nah, it's nothing. Now eat.
Again.
Sensei Jinha.
Sensei Kim. Good to see you. Who's your foreigner?
The name is Sensei Kreese, and I'm more than just a foreigner. I'm her friend.
This is our academy's top student, Sukjia. Say hi.
Hello, Sensei Kreese.
Top student? And who the hell are you supposed to be? Her cheerleader?
For your record, I am second in command at this fine institution, which you, under the likes of, will not insult.
Incorrect. I'm only here to challenge those who lack in good quality.
Enough. Sensei Jinha and Miss Jia. Please demonstrate your skills for our guest.
Yes, Sensei.
This is the Cobra Kai dojo. I happen to be one of the dojo's top fighters.
That's impressive. And you say class is going to begin soon, right?
Yeah.
So you're the big man Kenny's been talking about. Name's Kai. As in Kyler or Cobra Kai.
Okay.
You know, Kenny may have not told you this, but I've been like a big brother to him ever since Keen left this place. I mean, screw that guy. I've made it my agenda to inspire the younger generation, and for your little man, it worked.
Kenny never brought you up, man. Where's Miguel?
Oh, him. I'm not sure of the last time I saw him. You must be Sean, right?
Damn straight, I am. I heard my little bro nearly lost his position, and then you stepped in to save him.
That's a bit of a long story, actually.
So you want my brother to stay in Cobra Kai, right?
Him, actually. He came here because he was bullied.
I know. And I also know that Keen left him.
Yeah, well, Robby thinks Cobra Kai will always be the same embodiment of evil. But I think I can change the place.
Is that why you're a student?
It's a reason.
All right, everyone, fall in.
Yes, Sensei.
Do I know you?
He's my brother, Sensei.
Name's Sean. Good to meet you. You will address me as Sensei Barnes, although I am not the owner of this dojo. The owners are Sensei Kreese and Dayun. Okay.
Where the hell is he?
Who?
Sean. It's been 10 minutes.
He'll probably come.
Ready? Fight.
Sean, this is the part where you stop him.
What the hell, Kenny? You're my friend.
You know what? I think the match is over. You may return to your spot, Mr. Payne. Wait a minute, Sensei Barnes. Aren't we supposed to end the match with a final blow? I mean, that's what Sensei Kreese expects from us.
Shut the hell up, Red.
Yeah, well, Sensei Kreese isn't here. But I am. And besides, I am merely following his instructions. Obviously, Kreese pointed out the reasoning behind this. He has noticed that his teachings have been a bit outdated. Back in the old day, it was way easier to break a rule than it is now. Laws have been updated, and police have new technology. And let's face it, even Kreese had been arrested for brutally assaulting that guy Raymond Porter. And I get that it was a cover-up, but what if it had been true? The point I am making is that you all have bright futures ahead of you. None of you have to devote your lives to Cobra Kai, because there is no war going on outside. None of you deserve to end up in a hospital or in jail, because Cobra Kai doesn't define who you are. Only you do.
It doesn't sound like Kreese would say that. I like it. Classic teacher's pet.
You know, I like what he said, too.
Okay, what the hell is going on?
I think Cobra Kai should start giving mercy,
says the newbie. Typical.
Listen, asshole. You better keep your mouth shut, and your eyes and ears open, or I'll shut it for you, even if you don't want it. You think I haven't met softies pulling off this alpha shit before? Well, I am an alpha. I've been to juvie, bitch. And I don't give a shit of how many movies anyone here has watched, cause that zone's a whole different world. So if you do want to listen to whatever the hell Cobra Kai's old philosophy's been, be my goddamn guest. Except that it's gonna put you in a position just like mine. But you ain't gonna be badass, only a disappointment that others will see. But Sensei Barnes here makes a damn good point. And I like that.
I just wanted to thank you and your students so much for redecorating the food bank. Our pleasure. Sir, I assure you no dildos or tits were drawn during the whole process. Like we had any choice. Shut it.
Senses, do you know when we are going to do some actual Miyagi-Do ass kicking? I mean, providing for the community with our great painting skills.
The little man's right, this is kinda lame. I mean, no offense, but where's the motive to do this kind of shit? Sir, excuse me, where do you think you're going with that cash box?
What cash box? The one under my arms?
That's stealing.
I guess I just have one that looks a lot like yours.
I'm about to call the cops in 10 seconds. Hey, where do you think you're going? Damn. You busted him up real good, and that, kiddos, is how you do Miyagi-fucking-Do. Okay. So Miguel, how did I do? You crushed it. Totally. No. I nailed it. But Miguel, I wanted to apologize again for manipulating you to rejoin Cobra Kai, out of my own interests. It's fine. As long as you're not willing to be manipulated by Kreese. And I promise you that I won't hold back on any more secrets like this. Great. Okay, now that that's off my chest, I just wanted to tell you, I don't think our dojo will be competing here this year. Wait, I'm sorry? Cobra Kai's not competing? Well, everyone from this dojo, except for you. The reason why Kreese and Dayun are on their little mysterious trip is because they are out recruiting an army of students and sensei from Dayun's dojo in Southern Korea. Yeah. And Kreese told me not to tell anyone about this, but also doesn't want you to go to school anymore. To devote your daily life to this dojo. But that's bullshit. And I couldn't agree more with you. But seeing and knowing you, you're not a soldier or a tool this asshole can use. You're a teenager with a bright future ahead. Why are you telling me this? Just so you can make me feel good about myself? Well, aren't you excited you made the cut for the tournament? Yeah, well, what about everyone else? People are working their asses off for this guy, and he's not going to give them the tournament he promised. They need to know. Miguel, that's not a very good idea. Yeah, well, didn't you want to help change Cobra Kai? Yeah, I do. Then standing up to Kreese is the best way.
Sean, you were great, man. I mean, sure, I was kinda expecting you to fit in at Cobra Kai, but you did more than that. You changed the course. So that means you're joining us, right?
You know what? I think I will.
Oh, you're the best brother in the whole wide world. Wait a minute, are we walking up to Miyagi-Do?
Don't worry, little bro. I'll be quick. You can wait out here. Hello, Keen.
Sean, you startled me. Where were you? You were supposed to be here an hour ago.
Look, Keen, I want to thank you for the invitation and all, but...
Save it. It's clear you're joining Cobra Kai. Sean, what happened?
You know, it's been very difficult for my little bro, because I haven't been there for him. I can't make that any more difficult by joining opposite dojos.
Sean, did you even hear a word of what I said?
Yeah, well, Kenny stated things a little differently. He's wanted Cobra Kai to get better, too. Just recently, he started by kicking out the idiot brothers. Now look where they are. The only way I stay out of juvie is if I'm not around those guys.
Okay, that's a different story. But how exactly are you and Kenny wanting to change Cobra Kai?
We're working with your little buddy, Miguel.
So let me get this straight. Diaz isn't the only one who's playing. Sulky teenager. He works alone to fight Cobra Kai?
Hey, at least he has a plan that doesn't involve abandoning my brother, unlike you. Hey, is there something going on here that I should know about? Go back to Disney, Hades. We're talking here. Wait a second. You're that asshole who's been messing with my little bro. You mean Kenny? Well, are you going to apologize or what? For what? Huh. The fact he practically is asking for his ass to be kicked? Is that your way of saying no? Of course, I'm being honest.
Guys, stop fighting.
That's it, you're done.
Dude, quit laughing. I think we ought to help Crazy Hair beat Crazy Head with all that Miyagi-Do shit we learned. Guys, enough fighting. Yeah, we totally learned some new Miyagi-Do moves, and can't wait to bust your ass with them.
Bunch of freaks. Whatever, I'm out of here. I already got enough of an impression of the place.
You okay?
Yeah.
Hey Sam. Anthony. May I talk with you both?
Dad, can we make this quick? I'm kinda planning a live stream.
I'll do my best, but both of you may want to take a seat.
So Dad, what is it?
Well, kids. You know how I keep talking about how I was Mr. Miyagi's only pupil. Turns out he had another.
Wait, what?
Dad, what are you saying?
Her name is Julie Pierce, and she has known Mr. Miyagi for almost as long as I have.
How did you find out?
Well, Sam, as you've known, Johnny, Chozen, Robby, and I have been looking for positions to fill in as adult competitors in the Winter Karate League, and Chozen came upon the realization that Julie Pierce is Mr. Miyagi's second pupil.
Dad, I have so many questions. Why didn't she tell us about this herself?
Well, Sam, you can feel free to ask her, because she and Chozen just came back from San Francisco.
Hello. You must be Daniel LaRusso's kids.
Attention, class. Tonight, we have gathered here in this summit for a speech from none other but one of our oldest members of this dojang, John Kreese.
Thank you, Sensei Yunha. Class, I come to you from America as more than a sensei, but as a representative of this dojang's culture. Almost 40 years ago, I stood on these grounds with founder Kim Sun-young, hoping to be impressed. And boy was I. And now, I've been for the past many years, been trying to inspire others in my own country with all Master Kim Sun-young taught me, but there have been powerful enemies I have made, who have prevented so.
Master Kreese.
Yes.
What kind of powerful enemies are we talking?
The kind who worship Miyagi-Do karate, and have wanted the legacy of Kim Sun-young to not even be of memory. They believe their karate to be more superior, and want to spread it all across the world. And do any of you know how? By a tournament in America, known as the Winter Karate League. And for the past few days, Kim and I have both been fighting to keep our karate's history alive, mainly by our dojo, Cobra Kai. But now we have come here, for we have bestowed the responsibilities of saving our martial arts culture in the hands of you guys, students and sensei. For we will not just be fighting through a tournament under the name Cobra Kai, but with the heart of our dojo. The rest of the world, they don't understand it. They demand results, like customers in a restaurant, not giving a shit about the process. We'll give the whole world results, alright, even a show, in fact. We'll prove to everyone around that our style is superior to all karate. And then everyone will want us, but I can't just force any of you into battle. Not at least until I hear that you all want to.
Yes, Sensei.
Yes, Sensei.
Yes, Sensei.
Yes, Sensei.